what were the first 3 years like with Marshall?
Yeah, he was in and out of the hospital probably 7 times before he was 3. And the first 3 years were very scary. I mean, I was afraid that he was going to die a lot. And so we were kind of in just a mode of surviving. Marshall couldn't go out into public places, and he got very stressed out and was really threw fits and would lay down on the ground and cry and scream and was just frustrated and didn't know what was going on, very uncomfortable in public, new environments.
And what would happen if he got really stressed?
He would throw up and cry and scream, and he would have to leave the scene major. I mean, it just wasn't even possible.
And what were the other things that he couldn't do yet, like playthings, just kid things?
He wouldn't really sit down and be attentive to any project or any game, or there was no turn taking. There was very little attention span. His core strength was very weak, and Mary's worked a lot with that, which I think's been the most important thing, is the subtle thing of your core strength and how much that was important to his development. And he used to not move his eyes independently from his head, and so he was always we think maybe getting dizzy just because he had to move his head and not separate from his eyes. And so Mary's worked a lot with him on tracking and trying to get his eyes to move. And 2 brothers and 1 sister, and turn taking has been pretty rough for him in the past, and he's just been used to getting his way on everything and just taking things away from his siblings. And so Mary's worked a lot with getting him to take turns and ways to have him get along with his siblings. And now, I mean, he shares, and he's just eager to share. He wants to share, so that's been more comfortable in public places. Like, we've gone out to eat a couple times, and he's sat in his chair and been happy for an hour. That has never happened before, and I never imagined that it would, so it's been pretty exciting. He takes turns. He's a lot happier in new environments. He's not as scared. He holds my hand and walks with me, which is something that he never did before. We've worked on that a lot. He's talking a lot more. He's using words to get the things that he wants. And started riding a trike this summer, so doing really good on the swing. He's actually leaning back and using his core strength to pull himself up, so that's pretty exciting. Historically, Marshall's been not able to, or not wanting to, put his hands into things that are like messy or a different feeling, or different tactile, what's the word? Textures, yeah. And Mary has worked with him a lot, and now he can sit down and play with Play-Doh, and he's comfortable squishing it around in his hands and making things. And we also put shaving cream on glass, or on a mirror, and he just thinks it's really funny and plays with it with his hands, and those kind of things he would never do before. Yes, and we've taken the trip to the petting zoo. I think we've been there 4 times, and the first time he was, just doing his usual kind of running back and forth thing, and now when he goes, he holds his hand out and he feeds the animals, and it seems to me that he's interacting a lot with the animals and knows why we're there, and so it's pretty fun. It's a really fun time at the petting zoo. Now